Alright, mesdames et messieurs, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another live stream of Ultimate General Civil War. So, here we are again. And today, nope, we want to load. And today we continue the Union campaign we started some 1 or 2 weeks ago. And today we head for the Battle of Second Bull Run. So this is the battle where we go for. And I did some organization work in the previous stream. So for those who know the game or who have watched the last stream about it, we can bring 4 corps with 80 brigades altogether. Of course, at the moment we are far away from those numbers. We have 2 good corps, the first and the second, with 16 units each. We have the second corps with only 2 units, and the third with 2, and the fourth with 6. But gladly, we don't start with the Battle of Second Bull Run. So first we have 2 minor battles: Kettle Run on 27th of August 1862. 27th August and 28th August, so Thoroughfare Gap and Kettle Run. So Kettle Run is chronologically the first one day earlier than Thoroughfare Gap. So let's see what we need to bring to Kettle Run. We bring some, I think, 7 units, yeah. Good. So it's just 7 brigades for this battle. So we brought up those units to some considerable strength. We brought them all up to 2,000, the infantry brigades, and we have 1 good battery there. But I had the other idea to use this unit, this division, this corps, for those minor battles to get them some more experience. So they have only majors as commanders. They are quite numbers too, so it would not be a big problem to so from the numbers it's okay. So therefore we go for this unit in the battle, but I see we shift those cannon. So I want the 12-pounder Napoleon in the first division, and I shifted those 6-pounder field guns to the other. Because the problem is the Napoleons are the far better weapons than those 6-pounder field guns. This is just a bit of crap, to be honest. So we will use this corps for the upcoming battle, Kettle Run. So we won't add any numbers. So we have some considerable strength still in reserve, but for the first battle we just use this unit now, Kettle Run, start the battle, and then we use the additional soldiers we get and the additional money to bolster our troops further. So as I said, second corps will be used in this battle. Of course they are far too numerous, but we will only use the first 7 units then. And let's start it. So later I will have some food, since I did not have any dinner today. So sorry for those who maybe have seen the announcement. I wanted to start an hour earlier, but yeah, the work was long and then I had to do some housework, and so I'm fighting my way through all the daily tasks, and when everything is done and I feel relaxed, then I find time to dress up and go streaming and gaming. So if there would be too much work left, I would just not feel comfortable. So let's shift into the battle. Ewell has deployed his division east of Kettle Run, so it goes against Ewell. So we have to attack. Attack the rebels and dislodge them from their position. So far so good. And we have... What units do we have there? I think this is just what we want. So the whole first division is seemingly deployed. And from the second unit there are left some units. So it's Roberts here on the field. Is this the guy with the Napoleons? Yeah, this is fine. So the rest have some considerable strength, so we will just use those units to attack them. Good. First division is our main force. Let's bring them up. And second division will follow on the right flank, let's say. And we will just detach some skirmishers too. So let's say some skirmish units, some 3 of them should be enough in this battle. So it's terribly dark, so it's 4 in the morning, I think. Yeah, it must be in the morning, of course. So this is the Corps Commander field. It's not my main figure in this game, but this doesn't matter right now. So let's spread out the skirmishers a bit and see where we hit them. So as I said in previous streams, I'm a total fan of those skirmishing units. This is just so good to have smaller detachments available to scout ahead of the main army. Let's even detach more skirmishers for now, since the battlefield is a bit widespread. So let's see where we meet them first. Far spread out skirmish line. Let's shift forward to those fields. They will stay here on the foot of this ridge. So let's continue our advance. So I only played the Union campaign once before, and there I didn't even finish it. So the only campaign in this game I really played through is the Confederate campaign. Ah, here they are. Good. So let's try to circle them a bit. Ah, come more units. Good. So then let's try to delay their advance a bit. So I only finished the Confederate campaign in this game. I even started the Confederate campaign several times. And the reason why I started it several times is that it's just so much fun playing the Confederates in the beginning of the campaign, since the beginning of the war they were so aggressively moving, so most of the famous battles were offensive battles. So second Bull Run, where we had oh damn, they captured my skirmishers. This is not good. So let's bring up more troops to the front line. Where's the battery, by the way? Ah, they are close. This is good. So let's move them forward to get them in some cover. Same with them. Same with... Yeah, they are in the open right now. So therefore let's scout a bit ahead. So there is a second brigade around, I think. Here comes... They really charge now? Seriously? Strange. So those... there's the battery. Alright, so then let's keep them there right now. It's better move them up this ridge. So Dave's skirmishers, let's bring them back to their main unit right now. So same with where's Bartlett. Bartlett is over there. Let's send them back too. So we still have 1 hour to go, but this is not that much time, to be honest. So let's see if there is a battery. So sadly right now I have no cavalry at hand. But on the other hand, cavalry gets heavy losses too when they charge into an enemy. So they rout, that's good. Let's try to push them a bit further. So what I wanted to say, so the beginning of the Confederate campaign is highly entertaining. So you play all those major Confederate victories, Fredericksburg, Chancellorsville, first Bull Run. So this is, most of them are quite, you attack boldly, and this makes fun. This makes really fun. So on the other hand, historically you have a bit of a problem as Union in the beginning of the war. So if you are an expert of the Civil War, then you know they did not start winning major battles that early. So they had their successes like Shiloh, for example. So this is, I think, one reason why General Grant became so famous, because he won the first major victory in the Civil War for the Union. So we need to push further. They should stay here for a moment. So this battery will punish me hard now. So let's better shift this unit there to try to take them out. Send them around. Feed a bit more forward. So there we need to continue, definitely. We need to push on. So they need to sneak a bit into the cover. So there's Trimble, the famous Trimble. So there we have them on constant pressure, constant run. So their returns is Cook to secure against early. And where to place the artillery. We should bring them forward a bit more over here. And on the other, meanwhile, those battery is... So let's use all those skirmishing units to fire on the battery right now. So they're closing in on the flag point. As soon as we have Lawton on the run. So Trimble is terribly exposed here to Pugh's fire. So this is working quite well right now. So, and now let me try to finish this one sentence about the early Confederate campaign. So in the beginning, the Confederate campaign is extremely funny. You can replay many great successes they achieved. So now let's try to take out... Yeah, they are routing. So then let's push further. And Pugh, you get your skirmishers back. What's going on with their skirmishers? This is a bit odd, a bit awkward right now. So Trimble routing too, this is good. There comes Forno. So we must not lose too much time. We need to push on there, so at least the battery gets heavily decimated right now. Good, so let's swing around with the skirmishers. And they need to push them harder. So early moving up right now. So Lawton is fighting desperately here. Aha! Perfect moment to say this. He's just routing. So let's occupy the woods with our own troops. So now it's about Forno. We need to take out Forno. We need to push this Latimer battery further. So now we have them on the run. So let's shift the battery forward once again. So let's push them into the open. Wrong? Those 3 units. Let's line them up in a far arc. So now it's for them to retake the position. So they still have it, of course, but they can't make good use of this right now. So Trimble in the open. well, a bit in cover from the field, but not that much. So meanwhile we hold here. And this is the thing about the game, so in the beginning of the campaigns you have this fast movement, this quite of Napoleonic style a bit, but in the end of the campaign the war gets terribly grim, so the losses increase heavily in the battles and charges are punished extremely. And that's just the thing why I do not like the end game. So it makes perfectly sense. I even admire how accurate they depicted this. So since we all know the war turned... No, probably we don't know all, so sorry if I sounded a bit too teacherish, let's say. What I wanted to say, so the US Civil War turned into the first real modern wars with strong trench warfare in the end. Think about the siege of Petersburg, for example, where they were heavily entrenched, so heavier artillery. This all became kind of a modern war. Foreshadowed the First World War a bit. So with modern weapons, higher accuracy for the rifles, stuff like this. And that's what makes the end game of the campaign a bit frustrating indeed. So you cannot move around that easily, so you definitely need to take cover everywhere. So that's the problem. In the beginning it's a Napoleonic style warfare with fast movements, encirclements, all the great things from military tactics. And in the end it's just getting dirty, even dirtier than. So let's not pretend that any war is nice. So this is definitely wrong. So yeah. And now we get a final assault from... Yeah, that's better. Now we get a final assault from... Sorry, I started the stream a bit in a hurry, so therefore some fixing is necessary. There's a final assault from Trimble. But I think they won't reach my lines, so... I just need to win this battle. I do not want to eliminate all those units, so... Therefore I do not push any further. So I just want to... Ah, damn, now they are shelled by this Latimer battery, but I do not want... So I think we can finish it with a win. So we... Okay. So we have... we can finish it. And it's a victory. Nice. So, and that's what I mean. Infantry, not even 1,000 men lost, versus 3,000 of the enemy. It's just a catastrophe for the enemy. So no officer reports, so this is good in the way that we didn't lose any of them. But it's bad since I did not get any promotions for them. So we captured some Springfields and we captured some Mississippi. Oh, that's nice. And some MJ and G Type 2. I don't know exactly what's that. It's a rifle single shot, okay. So yeah, that's it. First minor battle for today. And this is the system of the game. You always fight those minor battles where you can kind of build up speed for the final battle. So first of all, let's see what we can buy. So we could buy some carbines or some parrot guns. So I think I go for the parrot guns and build up a parrot gun battery, but first let me just have a small bit of my meal. Alright. So at least 2 units got an upgrade, even if their officers were not upgraded, but they got. Let's give them some discipline. And for them some endurance. So that's nice. So next, we can use up 1 career point. So we have our army organization quite maxed out right now. So let's use the last point in politics, because this increases the level of gold and recruits we get between every battle. So now we have this maxed up, so I think this is the most valuable thing, since money and recruits is everything in the game. But of course, now we soon need to prepare for other things. For example, medicine. Medicine increases the amount of casualties that get healed after a battle. So this would be terribly important. So instead of getting more recruits and funds after each battle, we next try to max out medicine, at least increase it a lot to keep our losses low, since this will be an increase in importance. So army organization we pushed quite up because we wanted to have large corps with large divisions. But now medicine would be a thing. Economy is also quite good, because economy assists to maintain your army well equipped. So this, I think, decreases the cost for new weapons. This is also quite important indeed. And logistics is reduces the possibility, because it wait, what was this? Logistic reduced. One of the worst thing that can happen during battle is to run out of. This is ammunition, okay. And training is quite important. So this reduces the cost for veteran recruits. But since we have training some 4 already, I want to bring up medicine at least to 4-2 to keep my army in good shape. But now we have maxed out politics to get the maximum of income. This is my priority right now, and we deal with the rest later. That's really good. There's some special food from Bavaria, from my homeland. You call it Bresak. Cannot translate it. It's good, let's say so. But we have a war to fight, so let's go back to the army. So let's fill them up a bit more. Now we won't go to. Let's try to max them out for some 18 to 100 to 2000. So since I need to build up more troops for the upcoming battle of Second Bull Run, I don't want to use too much money right now. But on the other hand, I want some strength in this battle. So let's shift. So there are 2 batteries, but is it worth it? So this is a Napoleon battery, a 6-pounder field. This is also a 6-pounder field. So let's shift this. Let's put the cavalry brigade into this division. So now we have some cavalry in this division, but on the other hand, they could need some better weapons. So let's go for those Colt M1855 and equip some more of them. So
Sir, yes, sir!
we have some remaining. So we have 2 batteries of Napoleons, which is good. So let's fill up those ranks a bit more. Let's apply them. So they got some loss. They were not filled up from the previous battles. So let's... this is getting costly and costly. So let's stay like this. Let's stay like this. So next battle I think I can bring 10 units. So this would be those 2 divisions, 1st Division and 2nd Division of 2nd Corps. Under Darren Pugh. No, sorry. Totally wrong. The Pugh is the commander of this brigade. The Corps commander is Duncan Field. On his way to the next rank, but only halfway through. But better than my own figure. So this Major General Vincent is my figure. Duncan Field is another one, and we have George B. McClellan there, and Marion Reed. Marion Reed is a seasoned commander that led a brigade previously, and rose to Major General, to the rank of Major General, and therefore was appointed with this command here. Good then. So let's go for the next battle. So this is some messaging stuff. So let's go to Thoroughfare Gap. Let's see what we can get there. I think 10 units. Yep, and we need to defend now. This is quite good. So defending is always more valuable than attacking. So you can stick to your position and just try to hold. So good then. Our picket reports that Longstreet is approaching to cross the gap, so it's Longstreet now. Your mission is to deploy your forces and halt the rebels for at least 3 hours. Don't let them reach the crossing. 3 hours to go. Whoa. But we have good troops. Let's have a short look at the terrain. So we have this creek here. So lots of wood there to defend the left flank. A bit of open terrain here, so there we maybe should fall back to this position. Try to pull them into the open. So easy task, 1 division to the left wing, 1 division to the right. With their wings on the center. And the artillery, I think, also in the center mostly. Good. So then go for it. 1st division, mostly concentrated there, so let's quickly shift them there. 2nd division, they only have 3 infantry brigades since they have the cavalry and the artillery. So I don't know if I can make good use of the cavalry right now. This is a bit of a problem, so let's keep Gary here. Gibbon here. And Pugh here. And we will detach some skirmishers from Pugh and from Gibson, sorry. Should know my commanders. So Pugh skirmishers and Gibson skirmishers scout ahead. And on the other hand, let's keep... here's Ammon. Ammon will stay in reserve close to the flag point too, and I think in this case we will really use both batteries here right now. Since this is the strong point and I want to make good use of those batteries. Meanwhile, we have kind of a gap here, which is not what I like, but I want to stick to the border of this wood. So Davis skirmishers close the gap now. This is completely not what I intend, but... And those skirmishers we will send ahead to be able to find out a bit more about the enemy. So there are skirmishers too. And did I detach some from Davis? Yeah, I already did. But in this case, let's send Davis guys forward too and detach some skirmishers from... It's just pointless to... What we should better do is we bring this... No, we bring this battery forward a bit. So where is They spotted something. Okay, good. So let's just stick to the wood right now and try to delay their advance as long as possible. Here they come too. There's another brigade coming up. So what I want to do now is just delay their advance as long as possible. Well, but it seems to be not that long right now. But let's shift some of our troops a bit more to this edge of the wood. If it's not too late. So the longer we can keep them in the open, the better damage we can do on them. So there we will meet them with a solid line. Let's even bring Davis a bit more forward. So the battery is deployed in the wood. There is a flanking force. So let's use this unit there and move this unit over there to deal with the flanking force. Meanwhile, let's shift them around to flank the enemy too. So that's perfect. We have them in the open. They even don't have that strong brigade. So look at this. This is just some 1400. This is less than I have, although I detached skirmishers. So this is looking quite well. Okay, they are routing, of course. They too, but Davis skirmishers, they close this gap somehow. There comes another unit, so sadly I could not... so now it's about Gibson to hold this rear flank here. That's a bit of a problem now. Scout, since I don't know where this flanking unit is, but I know it's there somewhere. So Wilcox has some cover too, of course, but not that much. And the problem is right now that they are stronger on my right flank. So look at this, 1, 2, 3 brigades. There is Longstreet himself. There's only one unit right now. So this is clearly... I have a mismanagement in my front line there. Since I need to deal with much more troops there. Therefore, we will shift Gary a bit to the front line too. And try to reduce our line on the left wing a bit more. So here they come in now. So at the moment they are shooting at my skirmishers, not at the main army. This is good, but there starts the charging right now. So look at this, there's just this Wilcox unit, so now let's make a major shift in our deployment. Which means we use those two units there, shift Davis up to hold the flag point. And we might also bring this battery into the open, I think. So let's try to bring them to bear on... Ah, damn, Gibson is rear flanked now. So let's use Gary to fire on Drayton. So we need to relieve the pressure on our right wing a bit. Here they come. So much about they are not strong on this wing. But nevertheless, Crook and Bartlett will be able to hold this, that's for sure. Let's bring back Bartlett's skirmishers. Let's bring them back to the main force to bolster Bartlett a bit. And Drayton retreated, so let's keep Gary in kind of reserve here in the woods to push on any enemy advance. No, they are in the open. We advance ourselves. just a bit. Just to keep them occupied for a while. Maybe we can bring this unit to a retreat. So of course now we are in the open too, which is not good. What do we have here? Now they come in strength. But then let's just shift Davis back. It's a lot of marching for Davis, but as long as we have one brigade to defend this central position... Oh, stop please. What are they doing? Could you please just stand there and fire? Ah, damn. So Longstreet retreating now. So this is the moment to use our artillery even a bit more aggressive. So as I said, a lot of shifting back and forth for Davis, but that's partly my mismanagement, partly the nature of war. So it's a lot of marching in those days. I don't think even, not only in those days. So those skirmishers keep Wilcox at bay, which is good. So as long as Wilcox cannot deploy here on my flank, that's perfectly fine. So sadly Gibson gets rear flanked constantly, but on the other hand, and now Anderson is retreating. So now Hood gets some hammering too. And we brought this Napoleon battery forward to deal with Hood. Good old John Bell Hood. The famous Texan guy. No. I think he commanded Texan, but he wasn't himself, right? So if there's any Civil War buff out there... Wasn't this quoted in one of those big Civil War movies? So something like that Longstreet didn't understand how the Texans... enemy brigade threatening our rear lines, so yeah, that's right. Oh, yeah, okay. In this case, we... in this case, we shift back the battery again. So this is a bit of a mismanagement now again. But... somehow we need to deal with law. Is it the famous Mac laws? I don't think so. I think then it would be written Mac laws. So... yeah, better keep the battery out of the fray. So Wilcox meanwhile maneuvering somewhere in the center. Oh, and maybe... could shift the cavalry a bit. So, oh no, there they come. Ah, damn it. Whew. Ah, sadly Roberts get shot now. So this tends to be a problem. Gladly I brought back the artillery a bit too late, but they have only some 1 or 2 dozen man losses. So Hood in the open now. Crook already retreated. So a bit more than 1 hour to go. So those skirmishers do their job. Now Roberts deploying his cannon. Good. So will they use canister fire now? Probably the enemy is too far away as soon as they do. So meanwhile, Pugh holding the open, so Benning retreating. That's good. Or at least moving a bit more into the open. So Pugh holding this edge, good. Gary caught Law in the open, also pretty good. think we have Banning on the run now. So that's pretty fine. So let's bring back Gibson's skirmishers since they are a bit decimated right now. I do not want to use them entirely. So let's send Davis skirmishers to the open. And send the cavalry forward. Maybe no, we cannot attack this supplies there. We could attack one of those batteries, but again, I really don't want. So at the moment I have a good defensive position. I'm doing quite fine right now. Let's see if we could bring some supplies forward. So there we have Davis in the woods. So Hood gets hammered heavily right now. So again, Hood running. So this is a terrible way to attack in the open, shot by troops in the wood. So really not good. So Law is a bit of a problem, but on the other hand, Gary is dealing properly with him, so Law won't make it to the flag point. 52 minutes to go. There is a battery. Might we take them out? Might be an idea. Let's try to in the wood. Now my cavalry is hidden, indicated on this eye here with the which is extincted. So now they have me. Damn it. Oh, and there's another brigade, but nevertheless let's charge them. See if we can take them out somehow. But Anderson will be a problem there. Oh damn, they bring out their canister fire. Ah, that's bad. So 50 deaths already from the charge. But I think now we might take them out. So Hood again advancing, those brave guys. So this battery is routing. Good. So why not? Probably the best use I could make of my Laws is sneaking around there. So let's follow him. So let's deploy some skirmishers from Ammon just to intercept Laws' way a bit. Ammon is also shifting around. Meanwhile, what's the cavalry doing? Haha, we could even chase Longstreet. Soon they will get shelled by... Ah, damn it. So now let's move away from those cannon. Ah, they can already use their major weight. Law is wounded, so this is the cavalry commander. So I want to bring this cavalryman out to attack those supply wagons. But somehow, now they are separated. So let's prevent them from firing. They get shot by the batteries, but not that heavily, since they cannot use canister fire any longer. We take out Longstreet? Come on, this is the much better plan than taking those supplies. Let's attack Longstreet. So maybe we... So I really have a sympathy for Longstreet, of course, but... So here everything is going well so far. Let's use Gary to deal with this unit, so they push in, but they are terribly exposed right now. Well, so if we kill or wound Longstreet, I think he would be out, so... Of course, normally I do not wish to kill a general, so this is not the warfare in those days, of course. So normally this would mean that we capture him, of course. There's some firing going on from I don't know where. So meanwhile things go quite well here. So they are caught in the open, 10 minutes to go. Artillery shelling. So let's bring the ammunition back to the center. Gary holding this gap, supported by Ammon skirmishers. This is good. Battery's doing fine there right now. So I think they took out Longstreet, really. So let's try to... and we captured the supplies. So let's try to bring them back. Maybe it works. So Drayton shattered heavily. Hood shattered. So of course they have their cover in the woods too, but... they are defeated on all frontiers right now. So Law got some losses, and of course the Major itself is wounded. But taking out half a battery, so we can finish, and this is what we will do. So again, look at this. 1300 versus, oh dear, 5400. Horrible losses. So Wade, the cavalry commander, wounded, but Gary promoted, Pugh promoted Roberts partly. So now I have more colonels. This is good. This is really good. So, and now we need to get to the task of preparing an army for... So we get additional recruits for those prisoners. We get some more reputation. So what else can we buy? We could buy those guns, and we will do this. Just let's get everything we can get. And let's increase medicine. Since, as I said, this helps me filling up my troops after battle, and I think there will be losses in the next battle. So I would wish to have it maxed out earlier. But first let's max out economy and then go to battle. So, Law needs a new commander. Let's see if we can have a lieutenant colonel. Alright. And they get some morale and efficiency, or stamina, efficiency and mounted speed, so this is good. This is good. And Roberts needs some reinforcements.
Sir, yes, sir!
Okay. So. And now let's have a look at the battlefield once again. So we head for second Bull Run. And there we can bring 4 corps altogether. With altogether 80 brigades. We bring 1 vanguard, the main army and the rear guard. So it's perfectly clear that we use Corps 1 and 2, my 2 main corps, as 1 as vanguard and 1 as main army. I just wonder which one. So first corps is a bit better right now. A bit more experienced. So this would be an argument to use first corps as vanguard. But on the other hand, I think vanguard will get the most heavy beating. So maybe it would be wise to send 2nd Corps forward first to preserve my main troops a bit longer. Kind of Napoleonic style, using the guard, the most elite troops, only for the climax of the battle. So since they made some good progress and did not lose many men, I will do this. I will use 2nd Corps as vanguard, 1st Corps as part of the main army, 4th Corps as rearguard, and I build up a new corps under McClellan right now. But what I definitely want to do, I definitely want to bring up 2nd Corps, which will be my vanguard, to 20 units. So that's the first thing we need to do. We have some 40,000 men in reserve and some 300,000 funds. So this is not bad. On the other hand, it's not that great. So first of all, let's see what... first we need to create a new division there, so let's use this brigadier general and create a new division. There, let's see, we bought those 500 rifles. Are they cavalry? Those Burnsides? Let me just have a look at the armory. So are those cavalry weapons? Yeah, they are listed there. Also for skirmishers, but yeah, we won't use them for skirmishers. I don't go for skirmishers right now. No, let's say, wait, okay. No, what I want to say, first I create a new cavalry unit and equip them with those Burnsides. So let's equip them. Let's even give them a colonel and max them up to 500. Good. So some skirmishers maybe. What weapon could we equip them? So those are... So we have some sharps. They seem to be quite good, and there are some brown with a scope. But there I have nothing in the armory and only 140 in the shop. So let's build a skirmish unit. Let's give them a lieutenant colonel and let's fill them up to some 300 men. Wow, this costs a hell of a lot. But sharpshooters are not that bad. So then, this was in the 1st Corps. Nope, this is what I did not want. I wanted to have them in the 2nd Corps. So let's shift them right now. Good. So we fill up their ranks a bit right now. So I try to max them out to some 1800 each right now. So let's keep an eye on my funds. So it's not about the manpower right now. I have manpower, but it's about the funds indeed. So since I want to build up a whole new corps for McClellan, there are some good. And Buckley gets they get some veterans. So this is the thing. If I would have used rookies, then the bar would have this white bar here is dropping. So if you use veteran, then it costs more to fill them up. But so here it's 1600 with veterans is more than 6000. But this bar is dropping if you use rookies, and since they are close to the next level, let's upgrade them with... Could we apply some better weapon too? So no reboard farmers, of course. So this is the bit of a problem for them. No, let's keep the Springfields for the moment.
Yes, sir.
Although they are quite outdated already. And now we build up a fourth corps. So there are lots of Springfields in the shop, some Palmettos, but I think we should go some Lowlands, Austrian rifles. This pattern Enfield, why not? Where we have 1500 in the shop. This costs a hell of a lot. This is the problem with all of those weapons. So this costs so much. We've hardly anything in our fund. So if you play the Confederates, then you can get a lot of booty, but this is not the case here. So weapon costs 30,000 for a new unit. This is crazy. Hardly possible to do so, really. So let's go for some cheaper stuff. I have no choice. So 17,000. So let's go for 20,000. This is crazy. Hey Motar, nice to have you back. How are things going? So the second corps is ready for battle, but we only have... So we definitely need to buy more weapons later. So it was a bit of a problem that I bought those parrot cannons. Yeah. To be honest, that's kind of what I thought. If it is smart to play such a game in those days, and to be honest, I won't play that long today, only till about 10. And the reason for this is just that we meet with some friends in Discord later to watch the live stream of the election as long as we stay awake. And of course, I will not have the time to undress completely. So, yeah, watching the election in a Union uniform. At least it's a Union and not the Confederates. So, irgendwas mit Falafel, nice to have you here. I don't think I have seen you here so far, but welcome to everybody new in the stream. So since you can hear me, it seems the sound is alright, so I started the stream a bit in a haste, so I hope the technique is working at the moment. So let's build up another infantry brigade there and a small battery with those new 20-pounder parrots. Could we max them up to 12? Yeah, we can, but this costs a hell of a lot. Yeah. So nevertheless, 20-pounder parrots are one of the most mighty cannons in the game. And now we go for the third corps under George B. McClellan. And then we use up all the money we still have left. So let's build up some more infantry brigades. So Let's try to get them some better weapons too. Some... Where are the Lawrence? Can we afford some Lawrence? Yeah, we can, but this costs so much. But other than this, things are smoother now. Some hiccups with my son in the first day after being home. Okay. That's good that it's sorted now. Good to hear, really. So... build up some artillery too. What can we use then? The good old Napoleons, of course.
Sir, yes, sir!
Let's even get a better commander and max them out to 12 guns. Yeah, not really preparing, so things don't change that much. So I'm still at the office, so we don't have too many people in this office building, and so the colleague in my room and we will go to home office. So one stays in the office, one is at home. We can both work from home, so I don't have to sit with someone in the room. That's alright. So our coffee breaks and lunch breaks, we have a bigger room to sit there. So of course I need to run to get all the toilet paper I can get and all the spaghetti in town. This is something I did not do yet. What a shame. But yeah, so I'm not that scared of the lockdown right now. So just forgive me that I, beside talking to you, kind of tried to build up an army corps, which is getting increasingly expensive. This is so mad. So what about you guys? Are you in the office still, or do you work at home already? What's going on with you? So let's go for some Springfield there. I thought this also costs a lot. This is so crazy. So we cannot even build a full brigade with Springfields. So let's use some Palmetto. And let's use some more Palmetto. Where are they? And let's build up another battery. Still vacation, so yeah. Quite normal in those days, I think. So can we go for some ordnance? Yeah, we can. Only 11 cannon. At least let's give them a good...
Yes, sir.
Cannot even afford this officer. So then create this one. So that's it. All the money used up. Okay, so thank you, Falafel, for joining in. It was nice to have you around, just for a short chit chat, but maybe you come back one day. And enjoy your PvP. So I think at the moment I've done anything for the army I can. So let's go for the Battle of Second Bull Run. So historically a heavy defeat for the Union for my side. But since I also won the first Bull Run, I want to win the second too. Let me just finish my meal. Okay, we built up a pretty strong army right now. Let's hope we make good use of it. Okay. So as we said, we use 2nd Corps as vanguard, 1st Corps and McClellan's Corps in the main army, and a small 4th Corps in the rear guard. So all in all, 60 brigades from the 80 possible. That's alright. That's alright. No, this is not true. So there are 20, there are 27, there are 5, so it can't be 60 brigades. Anyway. Yeah, thank you. So I already finished the meal, so I just started the stream a bit in a haste. So I decided to have my pressack during stream. So, okay, I don't think I can do any more in preparation, so let's head for this big major battle of 2nd Bull Run. The Peninsula campaign has failed and McClellan has withdrawn to Washington. Meanwhile, the rebels are raiding our supply lines. We must head north and consolidate our forces. We will rally our army, then we will march north. What a great plan. The Confederates are present in the area and are moving northwest. It's probably their cavalry coming back from their supply raid at Manassas Junction. Watch them but keep moving, alright? That's it? No, some of our units are moving through the town of Grofton towards our rally point. There's a Confederate. Rebels are attacking us through the woods. It seems we are facing mounted skirmishers. We can advance to this hill and capture their artillery. Okay. Alright, here we are. 2nd Corps, 1st Division. And so let's bring the artillery up a bit and first of all detach some skirmishers. Oh, and field, stay behind a bit, just do me the favor. And I want to know what's in this wood. So since I know the battle from the opposite side, I know, but yeah. So this is the average strength of the brigade, some 1400, then this would be fine. So then the battle might be easy. So I have lots of my new brigades, I only have several brigades of Stonewall Jackson's Corps, so there's good old Stonewall again. So let's not hesitate, let's move forward the first troops. Meanwhile the skirmishers swarm the woods. Artillery deploying slowly. There's the Stonewall Brigade, alright. Famous unit. So for all those who don't know that much about the Civil War, the Confederate, so the Southern General Jackson, Thomas Jackson, he was commander of the Stonewall Brigade first, and he and the brigade got their nickname Stonewall from the Battle of 1st Bull Run. So this was the first major battle in the Civil War. They are routing, there's Trimble. So, and this was the first major battle of the Civil War. And there was a situation where the Confederate position was under heavy pressure. Oh, now they press in. Where the Confederate lines were under heavy pressure, and in this moment the Stonewall Brigade and General Jackson appeared and held the line. And that's just when they got this nickname, because one other officer said, look, there is Jackson, there stands Jackson like a stone wall. And yeah, that's how he got his name, his famous nickname. Ironically, there are rumors that, so commonly it's interpreted that this was a reference to his holding out under enemy fire valiantly, but others rumor that it was because he did not move when it would have been wise to attack. So that's a bit of a different interpretation. But I think the first one does make sense a little bit. By the way, there the Stonewall Brigade does not stand like a Stonewall, there they retreat. The battery retreating too, so now this is the moment to... Bartlett is pushed out of the wood. But we can use Davis to fight on Talaferro. And meanwhile those skirmishers are spread all over the place, which is kind of a problem. But as soon as we get this point, this would be a major relief. What is going on? Are they all retreating now? Seems so. What the hell? They all retreat, look at this. So then hastily move into the woods. So we secured this farm. 3/4 of an hour to go. No, they did not fully retreat, they come back. Let's close in with the other units a bit. So we need to push out Talaferro out of this wood. And we should bring Davis as close to the wood as possible to keep the enemy out of the wood. So the wood gives perfect cover, of course. So therefore we need to keep them in the open as long as possible. There's Trimble coming in, a 2-star brigade. There's the Louisiana Brigade, 1-star. There's Lawton, 1-star. The Stonewall Brigade coming back. So we have Talaferro on the run, this is good. We should shift some skirmishers up north. By the way, where are those guys? Let's move them into the wood. Oh dear. So Trimble deploying, so Davis is just coming in the right moment. So we must prevent them from getting a foothold in the woods. That's obvious. So the artillery deployed, a nice battery of Napoleon guns. So they are good at shorter distances to the enemy. Alright. Trimble tries to push into the woods. We can proceed to the next day. That's good. So this seems to be a success. And now, oh good, we have all those troops at the field, so we do not have to rely on 2nd Corps. So 2nd Corps will have the first attack wave, 1st Corps and 3rd Corps will have the second wave. Whew, so this will be an onslaught now. The incident at Brawner's farm revealed Stonewall Jackson's position. He's isolated and is trying to march south towards Richmond. He has formed a defensive line along Stony Ridge starting from those woods and ending at Sutley Ford, although our forces are still not ready to begin offensive actions. We should immediately send troops to pin him. We have a good chance of crushing one of the South's best commanders today. We have him alone and outnumbered. Yeah, that's what they thought. So I did not read this, so anyway. We should also send 1 division to guard our own left. We might find an opportunity to attack from there. Okay. Generally, in a few hours we will be able to mobilize our full army and outnumber Jackson at least 3-1. It is therefore advised to be cautious in our first assault until we can advance with our entire army. So this sounds nice. So it seems we get 2 full divisions at the beginning. So start battle. No, even more. So there is 1st division. 2nd division with 3 infantry. Oh, where do they come from? They come from here. Interesting. So let's move them there a bit. And 3rd division is standing there. So let's use them to secure our extreme left wing. There's 1 battery and 1 cavalry unit. Alright. So there is this main defense line on this unfinished railroad. So this is kind of they wanted to build a railroad there and it was not finished yet. So So this was the major landmark where the Confederates deployed in this battle. So those 2 units, they will deploy their skirmishers. Where is this position where I should go? So this is the end of the Confederate position. So they said we should bring 1 division there. So I have not even a full division available. So let's bring whatever we can. Meanwhile, we need skirmishers. I want to know what's ahead of me. So there are lots of woods. So let's see where they are. And second division. They should march a bit more in this direction. And there we also need skirmishers. So what I clearly do not want, I do not want to run into the Confederates unprepared. So this I cannot tell it often enough. This is what I so much like about this game, that you can use those skirmishers that actively. And here we are. And here they are entrenched. Okay. So then we will shift our main force there and bring the battery there. There's the corps commander, Field. Let's bring him to the front a bit more. So, and there are more troops, okay. But those brigades are not that strong. Over 1,000, 1,300. That seems to be okay. So let's try to advance on them somehow. But we have a large gap in our line. This is what I don't like. So at the moment there is 1 division attacking and there the other, and we have this huge gap between. So I hope we get some more reinforcements. This battery we definitely need to move forward. Let's say here. And this cavalry unit to screen the battery maybe. And what do we have there? Another battery. Okay. So at the moment the only shots we hear are from my skirmisher units, so no major brigade in battle right now. So let's try to move into those woods with the main force. There are more troops of them. This is a pretty strong position. But their brigades are not that big. They are around 2,000, 1,100 it seems. 1,200, 300 maybe. Ah, good, they retreat. Look at this. So then we can move forward. So let's go for a general advance. Let's try to spread out the lines a bit more. Let's try to stay in the woods as long as possible. Let's spread the line with the skirmishers. Here. So we can bring Gibson there. So this is good. Both of those units now are in the cover of the wood themselves. So you see there, this is 90% cover. So they are in trench too, but this shouldn't be the... So they are routing already. That's good. So let's move them into this wood if possible. Ah, there comes another brigade. So let's be cautious there. So since I already know the game and know how important cover gets in the late game, when the weapons are even more deadly, I really do not like moving in the open that much. So at the beginning of the campaign, and we are still quite at the beginning of the Civil War, so just about 1 year gone of the war. So at the beginning it would not be that important to move in cover, so you can win battles though. But as I said, I know the game and I know how important cover gets later, so I really do not want to waste my troops too much. So there is their main position. Where is the flag point? Over there. So there is another routing going on. So Cook, do they already have... they still have a target? So seems so. They cannot pass, so they can only pass there. So now we concentrate with a lot of troops on Branch here. And we concentrate with a whole division on Pender here. So of course there are more troops, so by the way we should move this 3rd division, or what we have available. So better not be too bold. Okay, they are routing too, so let's shift to this cover. Oh, there is a cavalry unit of Lee. I think this was the son of General Robert E. Lee. I think... yeah, I think this is true. So there's coming Greg. So time to shift the artillery forward a bit more. Oh, there are skirmishers, there's the cavalry, and here they are entrenched. Archers, the brigade, Fields brigade, so this is a strong position. But Greg should be routing soon. But Crook is isolated there. Not good. There's Jackson, so we did not take out... no, we did not take Longstreet in the previous battle. So meanwhile, we are holding here, but we need to push forward. That's the thing. We need to do it. Sadly. So now we have to attack their fortified positions. So let's bring back the... no, let's not bring the skirmishers back right now. Let's move Pugh forward on Johnson. Same with Gary, and meanwhile Gibson is holding there. Or should we swing around with... no, it's not the moment. So I'm pretty sure this advance will be costly now. So let's not move the artillery forward so they can fire. There comes Branch, so let's give some flanking fire on Branch with those skirmishers. So they're perfectly fortified there. Oh dear, where are you going? So let's even attack them. I have no choice, I need to push on them. Our Branch is retreating, this is good. But what's going on there? We are still holding. Greg heavily decimated. Oh, this is it's going better than expected, seriously. Are there some more skirmishers available anywhere? So let's bring Field forward a bit. So of course there is this strong cavalry unit. Shut up, really. I do not want to go to any big followers, whatever stuff. This chat is not about advertisement, seriously. archer is holding pretty well there. So I fear for this cavalry unit there, so if they charge my flank, this might get tough. So let's bring those skirmishers forward a bit more. So I'm running out of time, that's a bit of a problem. But I really do not want to do a bayonet charge right now. But what I completely forgot is the second battery. Oh, damn. Oh, and we have ammunition issues. So let's bring forward the ammunition. And look at this, Davis is suffering heavily. They hold on valiantly. This is basically what Jackson did in history. He was defending this position with anything he could. And in the historical battle of Second Bull Run, the problem a bit was that Brigadier General Sherman wounded. Seriously, Sherman in my army already? I think so. Yeah. Damn. But at least only wounded. This is good. So here they retreated, so let's try to flank Thomas. So historically Longstreet came to the battlefield in support, but refused the order to attack. They was retreating bad. Let's bring at least the skirmishers into the gap zone. Artillery totally exposed now, where's the ammunition? Come on, move them forward. So historically, Jackson held this position, as he's doing right now. And the corps of Longstreet was present on the battlefield after a long march, and General Lee ordered yeah, there they go. Now let's push forward. Let's try to take them out. Let's try to take those guys out. And so Davis recovered a bit. So historically, Longstreet should attack to secure the flank of Jackson, but he did not do. He said the moment has not come. Something like that. Archer routing, good. So Cook forward, Ammon forward. There's Jackson riding, so let's swing around somehow. And on the next day, Longstreet attacked with all his might, and this turned the battle to a major blow on the... But I did not capture this position. But I do not know if I need to capture it in this stage of the battle, that's the thing. So maybe I still have time, so it's 10:16 AM probably. So field getting heavily hammered now. I really do not want to sacrifice but I have no idea if I need to take them out in this part of the battle or not, but if I need, I have no chance anymore. So I will not get to this flag point in 8 minutes. No way. No way. So field routing, this is nice. Let's keep Cook here, let's keep Davis pushing, and let's swing around with this unit too. And let's even move forward the artillery. Oh, there's ammunition shortage too. So now we push on their wing, this is good. They are flanked, okay. So I want to keep one brigade there to secure those crossings, since there's still Lee's cavalry. On the other hand, we could also push against them. Attack Jackson again, okay. Jackson, as expected, is a tough nut to crack. We have to rest while waiting for our reinforcements, so I had not the feeling that we need to wait. So this went quite well. Several units from our reserves will soon be able to support our frontal assault. Good. So I hope we maintain our position and are not set back by the game. We could try to outflank them if you think you have the troops. I think I have. Yeah, we have this position. Great. So now look at this. Whole second corps coming up. No, this is the first corps. Yeah, first corps. Let's bring them there. Second division, first corps. Let's bring them there, let's say. And there is a cavalry unit, so it's a bit of a mess right now. Davis, you just stay there. What the hell? Seriously, what the hell? There's this ammunition issue. Where's my field? So they countercharge here. So they need to hold a bit now. Let's cautiously press on their position a bit more. And there comes... Good. Batteries. Several batteries coming up. So there we pushed them. Ahmed retreating. Not good. So they constantly press. There's cavalry. We could use the cavalry to take out this battery there. So this fierce countercharge threw me out of position right now. A bit. Oh, look at this battery there. Badly isolated. And Trimble moving into defenses. Not good. So let's shift back this battery. So good, they are routing. Let's focus on the cavalry discharging Trimble. This is did not want them to do. Damn, Gibson retreating. So at the moment they pushed us out. The moment their countercharge worked. But we... there's Quinn. So Quinn, you attack this battery. Come on. That's what I brought you here for. So there come the reinforcements. So let's keep those batteries in reserve. So first division, my best and strongest division on the field. Just do what you can do best. Meanwhile, second division, we even shift them a bit. Yeah, as I just ordered them there. So they are falling back. So my second corps, the one that started the battle, is quite decimated. But on the other hand, the moment we hold, this battery got hammered, sadly. So let's try to secure their position. And first division deploy. It's your turn now. So this is a bit of a mash up now. But with fresh troops and the best ones we can get. So by the way, there's this ammunition wagon. there's another. Let's bring them forward all together. So this takes a moment now to deploy all the troops. But here we are now. Finally they get into the fray. And look at those devastating volleys. Poor Johnson there getting hammered. So let's advance with everything we've got. And with them we attack there. So look at them, they are all routing now. So their countercharge was fierce, of course, but... So Gary, it seems, finished this battery. So let's try to sneak around to this flat point, maybe. With the cavalry. Meanwhile, the remainders of those troops, let's capture this farmhouse there. To attack Lee a bit. Oh, there's Stuart, the famous cavalry commander. So sadly this battery got decimated heavily. They have ammunition issues. Not good. Even more troops. Even more troops. Good. This is the third. No. This. Oh, what the hell. Here they come all together now. So let's just move them forward a bit. Huh, not even a bit, not only a bit. Even more reinforcement. The third corps. What the hell? What the hell, really? So third corps only to a reserve position there. So now it's getting messy. So many troops. So the main element now is to push forward with first corps to overrun their positions. Meanwhile, my troops there only hold their positions since they are quite exhausted right now. Terribly exhausted. So the 2nd Division 1st Corps is coming into the fray too. That's alright. So 1st Division, 1st Corps will do the task now. Okay, there's heavy shelling going on. But Panda can't bear this much longer. Are they broken? Seems so. Yes. So come on, take Panda out. What about some supporting artillery? Where are all those batteries I brought up? Look at all those reinforcements. Let's concentrate. There's a division. Okay. So there comes some reinforcement then.
More and more volunteer to save the Union, among them the famous Cassius 292.
Cassius 292, thank you for volunteering to the Union. Thank you for the follow. Nice to have you here. So Panda breaking now. We pushed them out already. So we need to advance much faster. So in this case, let's shift whole 3rd Corps to the south. Let's assume it's the south. So this is getting ugly there now. Let's bring up whatever we can scratch together from the second corps. Ah, there's Lee marching around. Okay, so he escaped. And there we have some flanking movement. And there too, come on. So they bring whatever they get. So Gary hold. And we need to take this flag somehow. There we need to advance. So it's getting quite tricky to manage all those troops right now. Lots of reinforcements coming in. But it seems that Longstreet's corps, Jackson's corps is shattered there. So of course my second corps got a bad beating too. Nothing to discuss about this, but look how decimated those units are. So they have some good artillery down there. But let's try to use this cavalry for rear charge. Damn, they use canister fire. So they're shelling my troops heavily. I hope I can bring my cavalry on a charge on Walker. I think it's Walker there. A brigadier general kill. Ah, there's another unit. Damn it. Pender sneaking in the wood. Okay. Ah, this is getting nasty now. We have them on the run. They are about to break. And there come the reinforcements. Ah, damn it. So look at all those reserves. I could press pause, but to be honest, I'm not a press pause guy. This is just not what I like. Oh, they're all routing. Ah, there comes Lee. This is a bit awkward since he was cornered there. Somehow made it to the open. So there comes a severe countercharge. So there we hold those guys at bay. What is this unit? This is 3rd Division. So let's continue to attack Jackson. Yeah, this is what I try. Enemy movement spotted on our left flank. Could it be rebel reinforcements? Yeah, probably. General, should we persist in attacking Stonewall Jackson? Perhaps he has received reinforcements. Yeah, he has, but I have 2. So what's that? 2nd Division. So they move up. Those guys, 3rd Division. We get them in the flank. Come on, forward. Bring up the artillery. More artillery. Let's try to bring some order into this somehow. But to be honest, no chance for any order at the moment. It's just pushing. So this is a total disarray. Where are my good troops? Artillery, let's bring them closer a bit. So there's hardly anything left. They are totally decimated there. Another division spotted. Ah, they retreat. Atkinson highly decimated. Take them out somehow. Stop. So what we will do now, we will use the cavalry to break all those units here. So they cannot resist any longer. It's just impossible. Supply surrendered. Good. On the fly. Nice. So look at field. Field is perfect target for a first cavalry charge there. Let's go back to the Napoleonic warfare and use cavalry on the central spots to charge and break enemy units. Meanwhile, pushing wherever we can. How's the situation here? Let's try to get a foothold in the woods. There we charge and attack the battery. This is also good. So okay. So Taliaferro on the run. So forward then into the woods. We need this cover of the trees. So they are about to break. Stonewall Brigade down to 361 men. Field charged by the cavalry. So forward with all of you guys now. Forward. Swarm this hill and try to... Those units are down to scratch right now. 1.5 hours to go. Fresh units at the battlefield. How many reinforcements do I get? This is totally madness right now. But on the other hand, I take everything, every bit I get. There's Lee sneaking around. Not the general, but the cavalry officer, his son, I think. They are so tough. So this really does Longstreet Jackson honor. But this battery about to be shattered. So the losses are horrible in this one. Horrible. Meanwhile, we make our foothold in the woods. We have them on the run too. We have them on the run, it seems. So let's shift our orientation there. They are about to lose their position. And their losses will be terrible too. So mine are bad. Oh, let's hold them. But look at those units. How badly decimated they are. We need ammunition, so let's bring them ammunition. Artillery pushing forward. So what do we have here? Lovely 3rd Corps moving up. So let's bring them into the wood to support this position. And their 2nd division we send over there to fill this gap, let's say. What about those guys? Okay. Damn, I did not see them there. So what about their flag point? Can we finally take it out? Ammunition shortage. Is there any ammunition left? There. Forward. Resupply. So there is a unit surrendering? Good, good. They are shattered. So now is this the moment? Gibson pushing on those guys. Let's retreat their Bartlett in reserve. Replace Gary if possible. So we secured Stone Ridge. We secured Stone Ridge somehow. No, they took it back. They took it back. There's Lawson coming in, trying to retake Stone Ridge. It's in the balance now. Now we secured it again, they secured it again. What the hell, look at this. This is just madness. But we have far more troops on the spot. We can make it. We can make it. Now we bring in some ammunition. There's Pender down to 360 men too. What a massacre. So meanwhile this unit shifting into the woods. be honest, we do not need all of them in the woods. Let's better try to outflank them. So there's a huge disarray in our formation. So they are heavily hammered there too. Whoa. This is a real bloodbath. This is absolutely crazy. Oh, look at them. Maybe we should just charge those skirmishers. So meanwhile, what do we have there? Let's bring them back to their units. So I have no big use of skirmishers right now. A battery, another battery. What the hell do I need this battery down there? More ammunition. Let's bring this ammunition into this woods. So they held valiantly in those woods. So they are in a huge disarray there. But we totally crumbled their... We totally crumbled Jackson's core. So look at them, they are all shattered. So what is the 2nd Division, 2nd Corps? Down, they're shred to pieces. They really shred to pieces. What about 1st Division? They must be down to the core too. Aha, there's Lee's lurking around. What's that? Field. Field, go to your men, encourage them a bit. Another battery. Now shifting all batteries to the south. There is now the battle. So let's start our flanking maneuver. So we hold this wood. Those are the flanking guys. This is 2nd Division, 3rd Corps. Let's encircle them there too. So they just need to hold for a while. Let's bring the battery up this ridge. The batteries, let's form kind of a Napoleonic Grand Battery. So they still stick to the woods. 1st Division holding this position right now. But this is not the end for those guys. 1st Division, 2nd Corps. You shift to this flag point to hold it. First we send Quinn there to not lose it to the enemy. And there is more artillery to bring up. Look, they are all down now. What a massacre. So my losses are horrifying. Oh, look at this. Atkinson's down to 200 men. Oh dear. How could they hold out that long? This was one of the new formed brigades. They did not even have battle experience. I think now they will be gone. Ames is this. I still wonder if this is the famous Ames that commanded 20th Maine before Chamberlain did. I think so. Whew! What a battle. What a battle. So probably you wonder why I'm that thrilled, especially if you look that I have had more than 40,000 men compared to nearly 30,000 for the enemy. So from the numbers, I was far superior, of course, but this constant attacking was costly. But it was a victory. It was a victory. One officer deceased, this is bad. But only one in such a costly battle. What about the losses? Where are the losses? Ah, there they are. So I lost 12, nearly 13,000, the enemy nearly 19,000. So the enemy lost nearly 2/3 of his strength, which is totally madness. Meanwhile, I lost some 1/4. So anyway, a horrible battle. One brigadier general deceased, but a new major general, 2 new brigadiers, a lieutenant colonel wounded, a brigadier general wounded, Sherman, so at least he's not dead. And look at the goods, some Springfields captured at least, and those bloody rebought farmers that are completely useless, but... Alright. Oh. A crazy battle. A crazy battle. Worth a medal, I think, but yeah. 2 career points, 20 reputation, another nearly... so 6,000 men more than I lost, 300,000 funds, and even more recruits for the prisoners. So although my losses were heavy, look at this Atkinson. This was the brigade I was just looking at the end. That's down to... They started with some... I don't know how many men they started. They are so extremely decimated. What a battle. So this division needs a commander, and there are 2 brigadier commanders not needed, and there are 1. So okay. First we have this new... Where is this? Stone, I think. Stone is the new major general, so let's use Porter for Stone's brigade, use Stone as division commander. Let's... I think Ammon is only wounded, let's replace him with... Ah, Krzyzanowski. So, funny story. If you didn't know, this guy really existed, this Krzyzanowski. But, so he was of Polish origin. I'm pretty sure I did not pronounce him properly. The thing is, so when the Civil War started, no army had sufficient officers. So the United States Army was extremely small at the beginning of the Civil War, some 15,000 troops altogether, and within months they built armies with several times this number. So, what I want to say, they needed to promote lots of officers to general ranks soon, and so lots of people rose to the ranks, so maybe started as a captain and soon become kind of brigadier general or whatever. But this guy had to wait, and I read in one book due to the fact that he had to wait due to the fact that nobody could pronounce his name, so he was not able to promote him. So I don't know if I can believe this as it stands, but yeah. It's a funny story indeed. So they, of course, scratched together everything they could get. Even they even liked to take foreign officers, so maybe German ones or Polish ones. So von Brocke, for example, was a famous cavalry general or officer. I think he was not general. I think he was major or lieutenant colonel in the Confederate army. So this guy is shown in parts. In parts of Gods in General, the big movie about the first 2 war years. So there we see von Brocke, this Prussian origin guy. But I'm not sure if only in the long cut or in the basic version. So, as I said, now I want to go up for medicine. So this means medicine increases the amount of casualties that get healed after a battle. So next level 4%, next level 6%. So I want to bring up medicine as soon as possible so even if this battle, so the battle get costlier, you have just seen it, and I have not the money to fill up more units that rapidly. So, by the way, what about some upgrades for the units? No unit raising to another rank? Nope. I think the 4th Corps did not even march on the battlefield. This, I think, would only have happened. I think I only played 1 day. So historically, Battle of the Second Bull Run, 2 days. So as I said, first day, Jackson defeated his position at this unfinished railroad track. And he defended it with everything. So basically, in the end, they were throwing rocks and stones and sticks and stuff like this. So this was extremely heavy fighting for Jackson on the first day. And on the second day, Longstreet attacked and pushed the army on the flank. So this is what I said before. That's why I like playing the beginning of the Confederate campaign in this game, because battles like this, you can just make vast and wide movements and assaults. This is really cool, indeed. So let's give 3rd and 4th Corps a rest right now. We will build up the first 2 corps. But first of all, let's see what we have next. So we head for Antietam battle. There's Crampton's Gap first on 14th of September. Oh, both on and South Mountain, both on 14th of September. So then I can just choose which one I play first. So I could choose anyway, but I decide to... normally I do the battles in the chronologically order, but since they are both on 14th September, no problem with this. But let's have a look what we need for them. So this one, there we need to bring... there I advance with 9 brigades. So this seems to be an offensive battle. Good. And on South Mountain, there I advance 2 with 20 brigades. Okay. So in this case, we will do the other one first. So first we build up 9 nice brigades to do this one. And then we do this one and advance with 20 brigades. So far so clear. And then let's see what we need to bring for, or what we can bring for Antietam. So if we can bring 4 corps there too. We could even bring 5. Okay. But those are only reserves. So we will not build up a 5th corps. Definitely not. What we will do, we will try to fill up our first 2 corps as much as possible, the 2nd and the 1st, and we try to build up George B. McClellan's corps as much as possible, the 3rd Corps, to attack here, and we build up 4th Corps with some additional troops to have some reserves. And I have no clue where I will use which unit. So Antietam, one of the most interesting battles in the Civil War in my opinion. First assault of Confederate troops into the north. So it basically was a victory for the north, but on the other hand they could not exploit it. They did not take Lee out, so Lee somehow managed to hold this terribly overstretched position. So also there was the famous Burnside Bridge. I think this was this one where Burnside should attack, and the bridge was held by some 500 guys. So all very interesting indeed. But we are not there yet. So I have no idea, you guys out there, if you are watching right now, because you are Civil War buffs, so then probably you know more than I can tell you here. I don't know. But so this is just what I like so much about this game. So I was interested in the Civil War since my teenage age. And of course, to be honest, I also forgot some things I read, but if I look at certain battles, then soon the memories come back, and yeah, so still enjoy researching about it. So what we will do now, we have lots of money. Ah, damn. So what we will do now, so we can spend 20 reputation. So it would be funny to have Burnside at Antietam, but he costs 4 points. But we have those minor battles, so what we will do now, we will buy those Springfields, because we definitely need more weapons, and we need better weapons. And now we only have 2 points left, but I think we will get some soon to buy maybe Burnside to be ready at Antietam, at the Battle of Antietam, to put him in this unit. So I think I will use McClellan's 3rd Corps to attack there. Then maybe I can build up a brigade around Burnside, so I think historically he was Corps commander back then. But yeah, it should be. But this is the thing. Since this game you organize your army from battle to battle, it's not that realistic when it comes to the army organization. So historically the Army of the Potomac mostly had 7 corps. I stick here to 3 to 4 right now. So for example the Northern Virginia Army, General Lee's army, had mostly 3 corps with 3 divisions each and quite large brigades, and the North had smaller corps with some, so the North had roughly 22, 23, 24,000 men per corps. The North had smaller corps with, let's say, around 15,000 men and smaller units. So this is also an interesting aspect. So normally the brigades or the regiments of the Confederates were larger than those of the Union. So normally a regiment should have 1,000 men with 10 companies, 100 men per company. But the thing was, the South, when they got new recruits or volunteers, they the South distributed new fresh forces to the existing regiments. The North raised new regiments, so this meant that northern regiments decreased in numbers heavily and they were seldom replenished. So this is why, if you think about the movie Gettysburg, this is why the 20th Maine at the beginning has some 240 men, so 1/4 of its original strength. Meanwhile, southern regiments had some 500 to 700 men back then, because they always used fresh forces to fill up those. And therefore, I think this was one reason why the corps were smaller in the north. So the northern corps also had some 3 to 4 divisions, and each division some, let's say, 3, 4, 5 brigades, and each brigade some 4 regiments or so. But since the numbers per regiment were smaller, the North had smaller corps, but more of them. So, and this is not depicted quite accurate here, since I cannot really use this 4th Corps. I have not the funds to build it up. But yeah, so mostly I will use in Antietam. I will use them. So Vincent is down to 1200 now. Duncan already had. Oh, Vincent, did he have so many losses? So Duncan has much more men right now. So in this case, I will use Duncan again to play the first battles there. And therefore we fill up this battery. And we will fill up all their troops, so they get some. So they have Harper's Ferries, they have good Springfields, they have bad Springfields, they have bad Springfields too, they have bad Springfields, they have bad Springfields, and they too. So first of all, we will give them some modern Springfield 1855. So since we bought lots of them right now, we can do this. And same with Gibson, let's say. So first of all, we've increased the quality of the armament for those guys. So second, filling up troops as much as possible. In this case with rookies first. Now with a mixture, let's say. With a mixture of rookies and veterans to the magical number of 1800. This is, I think, a good size. So I somehow like this size. So the thing is, if the brigades get too big, they get a bit too clumsy too. And then they block each other in battle and stuff like this, and that's just not that cool. So therefore, yeah. And this, oh, poor Davis. He got lots of losses. So this is also quite cool. So as I said, in the southern campaign you get much more booty when it comes to weapons. So you get large amounts of weapons in those battles, and therefore you do not need that much money to spend it in weaponry. So in the north you get hardly any good booty, since the north was always better equipped than the south. So they had a bigger industry and all this. So this costs so much. So this is the difference in the campaign. In the south you get lots of good weapons and do not need to spend that much money for weapons. And therefore you can use more veterans to refill. So here I have the problem. I have tons of troops. I still have some 40,000, but I cannot really equip a full-scale army, since I don't have the money to buy those weapons for all them. So that's interesting when it comes to the game mechanics. So look at this, 10,000 just to bring them, even 14,000 to bring them up to a considerable strength. What about 5? We could fill him up to a bit. Let's fill him up to some 600 men. Okay, so with this force I will go in the first battle. And still 100,000 spent just to fill up 2 divisions of 1 corps. And so of course this corps had the biggest fighting in the previous battle, so they, especially those 2 divisions, they were down to scratch. So it's a bit mean to send them in again, to be honest, but at least for this first battle we should use them. So this was, yeah, let's use them for the first battle. This was this one, Crampton's Gap, and we take, as we said, we take 2nd Corps for our advance. And since the north, since the south had that horrible losses in the previous battle, their brigades should not be that strong. General, our scouts report that a small Confederate force is guarding the gap. Nice. We must attack and secure the passage, that's for sure. Small map, seemingly. Most of our forces are half an hour behind, but the garrison of Harper's Ferry will soon run out of time. We need to move fast, as the town will fall to the rebel hands. Okay. Here we are. Start battle immediately. 1st Division on the field with only infantry. What the hell? Good. So, first deploying skirmishers. And spread them out. So to be honest, I have no idea about all those minor engagements. So I do not even know if they all really existed. So some of those minor engagements are historically accurate, so or happened somehow like this. But I think not all of them. So I have some basic knowledge on those. Look at them, they are down to 600-700 men each, but on the other hand, those are single regiments. 6th Virginia, 16th Virginia, 15th Virginia, North Carolina, 12th Virginia. So this is what I meant. This is what I meant. So if you take into consideration that those are single regiments, then they are quite well equipped with 700 men. So at the same time, so for example here one of my brigades has 1800 men. Let's say they have 4 regiments each. Then each regiment is down to some 450 men. So this is quite accurate in this case. So they have a good, strong position there. They have this bloody artillery there. I have no artillery at the moment. This is quite embarrassing. You know what? Let's try to make a bold move and swing around them somehow. So maybe the skirmishers can hold it for a while. So this is totally contrary to my usual style. So let's bring Gary there, let's bring Krzyzanowski there. And there's another unit. The 41st Virginia. So they could just hold there. Davis is... by the way, we should bring Davis skirmishers back. And Bartlett skirmishers over there. Can we... we get reinforcements. Good. In this case, let's advance Bartlett. Because with those troops, we will push across the river here. And where is my artillery? Give me my precious artillery. And there's some good cavalry too. Nice. What about the time? 2 hours to go for this battle? Good. Are they in range? Not yet. Let's bring them in range. So this will take some time to bring all our troops into position, but oh, there are even 2 batteries. This is even better. So let's place them here in the open somehow. So Bartlett getting heavily punished there. This is not good. Let's bring Field forward to at least give them some moral support. So Bartlett will soon retreat, I think. So this was a bit unwise to move him out in the open right now. Let's fall back with him, seriously. No interest in losing him right now. As soon as this additional strike force is coming into the fray, we will send Bartlett into the open again. So meanwhile, no real proceed there. So I hope we will not run out of time, really. So Bartlett skirmishers can go back to Bartlett. So they might open up a kind of flank there. Maybe same with them. So there it's bloody grinding down. So let's bring Field over there, and also the ammunition. So now we deploy slowly. So let's engage the 15th North Carolina there. So Krzyzanowski's skirmishers getting flanked, and not good. Could they just hold, please? And let's form them up and pew 2. So and now Bartlett, it's your time. Move out again. Soon should be time to, so they should waver soon, the 24th, what is this, GA? Georgia, of course. Georgia, what else could it be? So I'm not that good in those abbreviations, to be honest. So funnily I had a friend here, he's called Collapse MT on Twitch, and another guy in my stream asked him if he's from Montana, but here in Germany we have no clue really what those abbreviations, those two or three letters mean, which states they indicate. So they hold valiantly, but the pressure should soon overwhelm them. Oh, there's even a... Is this a battery? No, those are some skirmishers. Oh, they are quite good there. Let's push out the 15th North Carolina first. So this will take some time, but in the end we will break them, I'm convinced. And in case of emergency we probably... there is the first routing going on. So this is now the beginning of a deadly mechanic that will in the end totally wipe out the Confederate force here on the field. So their artillery even has ammunition issues already. So they are down to 300 men. So let's get this viewpoint there. Let's advance up there. So they are retreating. The 6th Virginia moving into the open now, but they're getting hammered by my artillery. Oh, there is a unit, but which unit? Oh, look at them. Those are dismounted troops. Bartlett still getting heavily hammered, but they are wavering, clearly. So they cling to this wood, but so poor Bartlett, really. He's paying the price in this battle. So they are shattered, it seems. So then it's time to push. Let's bring those skirmishers over there. No, let's give them better pathfinding. Same with those. How many do they have? 117 remaining only, so then let's bring them back to their leading unit. So Pew here also quite exposed. This is also not good. Yeah, but 16th Virginia routing, 12th Virginia soon to follow. Yeah, they bring in more troops, but look at those numbers. So we are about to take out their artillery. We follow up this slope. ...40 minutes to go, and the road to the flag point is nearly open. So let's even... A colonel killed? Cook? Oh damn, over there. Alright, let's... Now we need to move into the open, sadly. the other hand, we could follow with our artillery to secure the center. So sadly, Cook is killed. So this move was a bit... So I want to bring them into the woods, that's the thing. So here they can stay. Good. Let's shift the cavalry there. 30 minutes left, we are closing in on the flag point. And I don't see the enemy with the necessary strength to retake this position. So it's still his position, but not any longer. Union secured Crampton's Gap. Good. Alright. And I don't see them doing any proper countercharge. So they are routing. So for the price of one colonel, sadly we took this position. So we still are a bit too exposed for my taste, but anyway, this is another battle where the casualties of the enemy will be considerably larger than mine. So let's keep Bartley in reserve since he fought so valiantly. And let's close this gap. So those skirmishers aren't of big use anymore. So, 15 minutes to go. The Crampton's Gap is contested 30 minutes, but I think this is no problem. I think in earlier versions of the game, so if you would not, if this is contested for 12 minutes and you only have 11 to go, then you would lose. So I've seen some streams of this game or YouTube videos of this game where exactly this happened occasionally. But I don't think this is the case anymore, so I don't think there will be any problem with this. So again, we have the position we want. We won't push any further. There's just no need for it. As I said, it's important to keep the army intact and alive as good as possible. So that's it, a victory. Casualties considerably high indeed. Not as high as for the enemy, but look, the numbers. The enemy was half my strength. Therefore it's tough, but it was a charge uphill and sadly Cook deceased. Hardly any goods captured, so one career point, 4 reputation, and some funds. Alright, so first of all, career point again in medicine, since this is important.
Yes, sir.
Then I wanted to have Burnside with me in the Battle of Antietam, so let's form another division with Burnside as as division commander, so that's it. Yeah. Cook needs so there's a major, but let's better go for a colonel there. Alright. Yeah. So next battle. Let's do it again with this core. And again we have the problem that upgrading and filling up is extremely costly. So let's not go too high with numbers. Let's stay around some 1600 now maybe. So alright. So there could be some more troops needed.
Yes, sir.
This is alright, they are in quite good condition. Mod needs more troops.
Yes, sir.
Carol could get some more too. Lepine also. By the way, why can't I choose their rookies or veterans? That's a bit crazy. And Merritt's cavalry is fine so far. And there are those sharpshooters. So let's use this core for the next battle too. This is this minor one, South Mountain. So we bring second corps, which is about to become my main corps, it seems. And it's offensive again, I think. Yeah, damn it. Okay, the rebels have deployed 2 divisions to guard Fox and Turner's gaps at South Mountain and block our advance against Longstreet. You need to attack and secure a safe passage for the army. Be careful because the enemy holds some strong position on the high ground. Probably I should have gone for 2 more men, but anyway. So, first we need some nice deployment. First division there, second in the center, third on the left, and the fourth somewhat in reserve right now. There are some skirmishers, those are the good ones, the real ones, not some detachment, but yeah. And again, my main topic and any beginning of any battle, skirmishers. 3 hours to go for this one. So no need to overhaste it. Normally in those minor battles the time is always enough. They could detach some skirmishers too, Buckley and Porters. So I really want to know what lies ahead. So nothing there. Here they are, so good. Then let's quickly push forward on whoa. Lots of firing going on. Quickly push forward to secure those woods. There's 3rd division, they need to advance too. Immediately to this position. Let's build the artillery in some central battery there. So where is the rest of 1st division? I need to deploy them there. So they are hanging behind. Ah, this is Krasnitsky and Bartlett. They were deployed somewhat bad. So this is something I really do not understand. So in the beginning of such a battle, so why aren't all the divisions put together? So here we had the situation that so their numbers, so their brigades are quite equal to mine. Ah, not really, not really. So meanwhile, the reserve, 4th Division, I will use them to shift around their extreme right flank to come on them. And 1 horse unit there and the other there. So here we have them in the open right now. And time's running short. That's the thing. That's the thing we need to push. This is the problem with those assault battles. But they are not that strong there, so let's... Buckley skirmishers are no longer needed there. So let's assault them wherever possible. And there's Bartlett. So let's cross the river. Let's cross the river in force. So now we are in the open, terrible position, of course, but so those sharpshooters are terribly misplaced there. Let's bring them across and get them some cover in those fields. Maybe them here and them here. Yeah. And Gibson, 2nd Division 2, I think. Yeah. Where's Gary? Gary gets his skirmishers back. So and those guys from brave 4th Division, we will swing them around. 2 hours to go. My advance is just unfolding slowly. It's a bit of a widespread operation. First unit retreating. So the center is weak. The center is weak. This is not good. And those are the real sharpshooters there. So I hope they are out of range. Porter wounded. Damn it. So the center is my weak spot, definitely. Okay. So let's try to push them here. Pew retreating. So we cannot make any progress in the center, really. So we need to outflank them here, which is what we basically do right now. Not deploying... Oh, there's a battery. Good. So then we can take them out soon. So we need to take them out of those woods. And this should go quite well, too. But they are terribly exposed there, too. This is... really not good. Tough one, really. So my grand battery in the center is quite nice, but on the other hand, look how many troops are there in the wood. Lots of artillery, also not good. So my biggest hope is to overturn them here. And for this I will even do some charges now. Since time is running, and I think I need to I need to outflank them on one flank somehow. There's Longstreet in this wood. Why didn't they charge home? Damn it. So at least they are routing now. Where could I bring you? Cavalry, maybe taking out these battery. Let's try it. What do we have to lose? Come on, could you please just take out those batteries? Brought another cavalry unit there, good. So, 1.5 hours to go. So good, this battery is concentrating on my skirmishers, but merit retreating. Every small step is useful. Those bloody batteries there. So charge this one maybe. Oh, and there is some cavalry. This is also good. We can use them to charge off the field those skirmishers. And as soon as we have driven them out of this wood, we can swarm their whole flank. So this is clearly more aggressive than I normally move. Look at them, they all turned around to... So then let's try to charge them too. And maybe also charge Walker. While there they hold. What's about my cavalry? It's about winning in this wood now. This battery finally routing. Thank you, Lepine. We pushed them in the open there. We have them on the run. Now it's about swarming their skirmishers surrendered. There. Good. That was this. Maybe we can also take some supplies. Yeah, we have them in the open now. Mostly. By the way, where is the ammunition? Let's bring the ammunition forward. artillery. So not that great management of my supplies, to be honest. So now Mod is attacking Walker. Walker is routing. Good. So there we have them in the open. So now let's bring forward the sender. Those poor fellas stick on their position. But let's advance wherever possible. Let's advance wherever possible. Costly? By no means. But... So this Walker dude there. By the way, I have no clue where those supplies are, but maybe we can... there's a brigade, then let's not attack there. Let's better bring Mod around. So there is Walker, this is a bit of a problem. But on the other hand, not the biggest problem. So there we are doing fine. So they just need to hold somehow. But with taking out their right flank, we have them. We have them exactly where we want them to have. Please take out those guns. And Porter, you secure against Walker. Somehow. And the batteries we redeploy into the center. Quite close to the front line, but just right now. So, yeah, the road is open. 40 minutes to go. But still the flag point is far away. Ah, damn. This is getting nasty. So we must use Carroll to advance on this flag point. Can they run somehow? Double quick, yeah. Probably not the best idea to let them run. There's another unit, so let's stop running. Oh, where's my cavalry? Is this the moment now? The supplies, but let's not care for the supplies right now. Come on, we must take them out somehow. Stop. Let's use a desperate flank charge on Kemper. Can we break Kemper? So I think I will, oh damn. I missed pushing forward immediately. Now I'm running out of time. Yeah, I know that you all are exhausted, but... let's try to charge the hell out of them. Since otherwise my time is running out. That's the biggest problem. There's my cavalry, heavily decimated. Is the artillery deploying already? 30 minutes, come on, can we make it? Can we break through? Camper on the run. We're closing in. No, camper not on the run. What is this cavalry doing there? It's so close, it's so close. No, they cannot charge there. Come, please break them. Push forward somehow. We are closing in on this flag. 4 minutes to go. Cannot charge. Contested? It's contested, yeah. It's mine. Is this enough? Is this enough to win the battle? It's contested for 19 minutes, 1 minute left for the regular time. Okay, we need to hold it for... No, we can finish. Whoa. Was this close? And again, high losses. 5,000 men. Oh no. Although they had 10,000 men less than me, so this is what I mean. So it's getting even nastier, and I think if I would not have charged in the end, I would not have made this. So this cautious movement isn't possible any longer. Okay. So far, so good. So there is some prisoner exchange, and let's go for more medicine. I really want to get troops back after such battles. And now, let's just have a short look. There we have some... So first of all, sell all those stupid farmer rifles for some whatever. $5 per item. And those farmer rifles too, so we will never ever use them. So there we have some palmettos there, we have some old Springfields, we have still some 5,000 new Springfields. This is good. Yeah. We could have a look at... I think we can buy George Meade now. Let's take George Meade into the... Let's just form one infantry... No, not with George Meade, surely. With Law, maybe. And then let's make Meade an division commander too. So what we will basically do for the battle for Antietam, we will build up 2 more divisions there with those 2 commanders. We won't do much with this 4th Corps. We just don't have the funds. But now we have some $500,000 to equip. Porter needs some... Another colonel, okay. So there are some upgrades available now, which is good. So let's do this. Let's give them some assault, not this firearm course. And this battery gets some stamina and efficiency, morale and efficiency. Stamina is good. Alright, so for the Battle of Antietam, we will we build up 2 more divisions here in the 3rd Corps under George B. McClellan. We have to refill those shattered troops, and we have to refill the 1st Corps too. since they are also heavily decimated from the Battle of First Bull Run. So a lot of stuff to do. At least we have some 10 to 12,000 muskets in reserve. This is good, but we will use a big part of them for those new regiments. So about one half of them for new regiments, the other half for filling up the troops. And this will all be very costly, of course. So, and Antietam was the bloodiest day in American history. So there were lots of casualties on this day, so this Battle of Antietam will be an ugly one, that's for sure. So, and since I have some other obligations today, so because some friends and we follow a bit the news feed of the US election, which highly interests me and all of us here. So of course we cannot stay awake long enough to wait for the results. That's impossible, but we will discuss a bit and talk about some politics, and therefore it's the end for today. So all you out there, I hope you enjoyed your time here. Sorry that I do not stream as long as usual today, but yeah, so friends are important too. And therefore I will leave for now. But of course this campaign will continue someday. I'm not that sure when. But if you are interested in when I stream, just check out my info page here on Twitter. On Twitch, sorry. So there is the basic idea when I do streaming. So the basic idea is on Sunday, on Wednesday and on Friday. But as you see today, I did not stick to the plan too. So it changes a lot. And therefore for short-term announcements, better follow my Twitter. This is just the reason why I have Twitter, because so sometimes I decide, today works as planned, but I switch to another game maybe. So on Twitter, on Twitch, I announce which games I play and when I play. There's also a countdown, a timer, a calendar. So no matter where you live, it is a countdown to the next stream there. But for example, sometimes I want to play another game and then I just switch. And this all I announce on Twitter. Yeah. What else can I say? You could also go to my Discord if you want. So there we have some discussions about history every now and then, and games of course. And yeah, just to finish spamming completely, you can also go to my YouTube channel where are all the other live streams saved. So on Twitch they are only there for some 2 weeks, I think. There's everything I do. And the last, I promise, if you want to see what the hell I'm doing in my life, except of sitting in front of the computer with a uniform or another dress. So there on my Instagram I have mostly pictures about my hobbies, so medieval recreation, live acting, roleplay, stuff like this. Some private stuff too. So that's it. So thank you for being here. For today it's over. Come back if you want. Hope you enjoyed it. And for today I can only say goodbye and keep the spirit high. Thanks for watching.